They are leaving the country. You destroyed it, keep it. We can't stay here. Off we go. And in my own extended family, doctors, nurses, and it breaks my heart.
Well, we stay a while longer on the economy. Renowned economist and former chairman of the National Development Planning Commission, Professor Stephen Adey, has praised President John Mahama for his performance during his first 100 days in office. Drawing comparisons with past administrations since Ghana's independence, he noted that the work done so far is impressive. He, however, pointed out that the true test of leadership lies beyond the initial phase, where tough economic decisions must be taken to stabilize the economy and ensure sustainable growth. He spoke to Elton Brobe.
I think that His Excellency the President has done very well. I've seen the 100 years, days rather, of every government since independence. I think that I'll give him a very high score for what he has done. However, let me say that there are two aspects of leading a company, a country. There's one of socially bringing everybody along, and the sitting down to take the hard decisions to implement them. This is the honeymoon stage. I give him a good score, but the decision, for example, the economy, how to stabilize the economy, how to generate resources, income, tackle the fact that we get so little out of our mineral resources. The Galamsey and other issues require tougher actions than the honeymoon days, but so far he's done very well.
And he's made good his commitment to appoint only 60 ministers. As we speak, the number is even below 60. On the other side also, we've witnessed termination of appointments of Ghanaians who were employed right after the December 7, 2024 general election. Let's first start with the appointment of ministers currently below 60. Is this something that must be continued?
Definitely is on the positive side compared with what the immediate past administration did, which was over-bloated administration.
Economist Professor Stephen Adey. Well, on the streets, some Ghanaians have given John Mahama's administration high marks for the steps taken in the first 2 months of his administration.
The first 3 months, so I think things are cool. But the doing so is what's disturbing me because I'm currently in Kumasi and a lot. In fact, every 2 days there's lots out on campus. So I think that's what's disturbing us now.
I think the government is doing well because for the look of things, he's trying to cut costs. The number of ministers has been reduced. For instance, yesterday, I learned the amount they used to spend on this independence celebration. It's over 20,000. But yesterday, looking at the way he organized it, he has reduced costs. So, on a general note, I think he's doing well.
The president is going according to his words. So, right from the onset, he talked about fixing some stuff and trying to focus on doing what's best for Ghanaians. And we actually saw what he did for the Independence Day, which he said he will cut down the cost, and he truly did. And now save Ghana about 19 billion Ghana cedis. I think it's a good thing. So I think right from the onset, he's going according to his words.
Going for the first round and then looking at his mistakes, he knows the people he has put in charge, and then I believe they will deliver. I'm expecting the energy minister to do his best to solve all these problems.
And you had some Ghanaians on the streets there. Well, let's come to the studio now. And Joy News Research Desk has been looking at the standout performers in the Mahama administration so far. In the studio with me is Caleb. Caleb, who makes the list?
So we have 5 names on the list. And first on the list is the Ashanti Regional Minister, Dr. Frank Amoako-Hene.
Yeah, okay.
He provided relief for victims of the Konongo-Dumasi explosion and has led several major cleanup exercises. Within his office, they talk that he arrives as early as 5 a.m. and he has earned praise from notable personalities in Kumasi for his dedication. Similar to Dr. Amoako-Hene, the Volta Regional Minister, James Gunu, has been very proactive in addressing regional challenges.
Okay.
In a show of solidarity, he spent the nights with victims displaced by tidal waves in the K2 South constituency. He has also played a major role in tackling water shortages affecting parts of the Volta region. Now, moving away from the regional ministers, we
Right.
have Sam George, the Minister of Communications. He has
Okay.
taken steps to improve digital accessibility and has collaborated with telecom agencies to reduce the cost of data bundles, making internet access more affordable for Ghanaians. Next, we have Okujeto Ablakwa, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, who has made a noticeable progress in passport acquisition process for Ghanaians, reducing both costs and processing times. He has also pushed embassies to improve visa conditions for visa applicants, by providing better waiting areas, reasonable appointment schedules, emergency services, and addressing challenges with online visa application platforms.
Right.
And finally, we have the Roads Minister, Gavin Abuja. He has been very vocal about improving road infrastructure. He has prioritized the Ofanko and Sarum Junction projects, instructing contractors to ensure that the road remains motorable for commuters during rehabilitation.
Okay.
Additionally, he has set up a 5-member committee to review axle load operations, a major contributor to premature road deterioration and increased road traffic accidents.
How are these people rated?
So most of them are receiving high praise on social media.
Okay.
By Ghanaians, yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Caleb Ziblim is with our research team. Well, let's head to the Volta region now, with coastal communities, especially in the Volta region, experiencing rising sea levels and relentless tidal waves. Coastal erosion expert and hydrologist Selom Jako Ababiu says government should allocate at least $100 million for the critical phase 2 of the Blekuso Sea Defense Project. This call comes as Finance Minister Dr. Kesila Tofosin prepares to present the national budget next Tuesday. Before we hear from the president, though, let's find out how the residents are doing. And Volta regional correspondent Ivy Setaji joins me on the lines with the update. Ivy, have the residents' living conditions improved?
Well, in a way, because the president and his entourage were able to bring some relief items to them and also empathize with them. So for now, they have some things in terms of relief items to hold on for the meantime as they wait for the critical issue on the ground, that is protecting.
Unfortunately, we just lost Ivy Setoji there on the phone lines. We'll get back to him as soon as we can. But while the president is tasking the finance minister to include funds for the Blekuso Sea Defense Project's immediate takeoff, listen to President John Mahama at Agaveji yesterday.
It's also done for Blekuso Phase 2. And the understanding was that when the contractor finishes Phase 1, he will continue with Phase 2. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. So the project ended at Phase 1. Government did not provide funding to continue Phase 2. Phase 2 would have covered Agaveji, Salakope, Adina, and Amotino. And so that basically is the problem. The feasibility study is ready, the design is ready. We just have to allocate the funding so that the project will start. Happily, the finance minister next week is going to present the budget. So I'm going to ask the finance minister to include funding to start Phase 2 of the Blekuso Sea Defense Project.
Well, a coastal erosion expert and hydrologist Selom Ababiu signals that the project will cost about $100 million. We'll hear from him shortly. But let's go back to the Volta region. Ivy Setoji is back on the line. Ivy, we lost you there. What were you saying completed?
Yes, so I was saying that for the meantime, the residents, according to them, have something to hold on. That's the relief items for the meantime, mattresses and all that. But what they are also looking for is for the authorities, the government, to, in a way, relocate them, especially those who have no families and relatives to put up with for the meantime, and also look at what they can do immediately to help the issue, especially concentrating on the protection of the coastal area, that's the sea defense wall.
Well, when we spoke to you initially, the emotional position of the residents wasn't that strong. How are they feeling now that the regional minister has been telling us about psychological support?
You know, they are a little bit okay because owing to the fact that the regional minister, James Gunu, was able to spend the night with some of them in the open that day, and also yesterday the president himself was able to go there with his brother and his entourage. That was able to calm them a little bit, but they are hoping for the best. But for now, with the generosity and then the kind gesture of the regional minister and the president, that made them a little bit happy, according to them.
Thank you. Ivy Setaji is Volta Regional Correspondent. We can now listen to Salom Ababie, who is a coastal erosion expert and hydrologist.
Immediately, we should have a sea defense project there. We should have a sea wall to stop the advancement of the sea. And it should be a hybrid type of sea wall. Sea walls tend to be things that coastal engineers and coastal scientists recommend as a last defense structure on the coastline, and we should have that done immediately. In fact, we should have done that yesterday or the day before yesterday. This is a disaster that could have been avoided. We are taking pains to look at the coastline, study it a little bit, and plan for it. This typically is what we refer to as the downgrade effect.
Well, how much is this going to cost? I mean, at least some idea for the finance minister to make arrangements for that.
I will tell the finance minister that the Kedashi defense will cost $100 million. If we had done it earlier, we would probably have saved a lot more. But then you don't think of the lump sum amount at this instance. If you think of the cost over the time, it becomes easy. It just falls off, right?
Salom Ababie there speaking to me earlier on desk. Meanwhile, Regional Minister James Gunu is appealing to corporate Ghana to support residents in finding stability in their lives.
We don't want a situation where they will go back into these buildings and in the night or during daytime the buildings will collapse. We are advising them not to put up, and we are appealing to Ghana to come in to help us provide tents and food items, clothing for the people of Agaveji, Salakop, and Amotinu and its environment. A week ago, NADMO officials were there together with EPA box, where some relief items were delivered to the community. Yesterday, NADMO Chief Director General was there together with other ministers of state and then the EPA box and His Excellency the President, and some relief items were provided once again to the people.
Right.
The member of Parliament for Adaklu has also provided some items, and that is the Roads Minister. Also have the President's brother Ibrahim Mahama donating 100,000 Ghana cedis and some other people. We believe that others will join suit.
And you heard that James Gunu is Volta Regional Minister, one of the best performing ministers currently in John Mahama's administration. You're still listening to the Midday News here on Joy 99.7 FM. We'll take a break, we'll return with sports, and also ahead of International Women's Day tomorrow, we put the spotlight on some women doing incredibly well in male-dominated fields.
I saw that 95% of the youth under the project were all into interior decoration, so I changed to tiling.
I wanted to learn how to drive truck. Didn't work because my mom, she was very dramatic.
And we'll also hear from the women at Joy News.
I like to identify as a woman who is a horsepower, bring you new stories. It takes a toll on us that we don't really talk about. I think women should be noticed this year.
Where did I? Now I don't know when I just saw.
Obiang, what you chrome her? Ain't you want to say petrol sulfur energizing drinks for motion? Hey boy. Petrosol are celebrating their 10 years in grand style. They're giving back to their loyal customers. Hope you have registered at their online portal. Don't say I didn't tell you, oh.
Each month, customers will stand a chance of winning items like tricycles, motorcycles, television sets, refrigerators, phones, fuel vouchers, and many more. But the best part is that at the end of the promo, we will be giving out a grand prize of 2 Suzuki Espresso cars to lucky winners who stay with us all through the promo period. All All you need to join is to visit any of our over 100 stations across the country to get registered, or go to www.petrosolcrm.com to register online.
Petrosol, energizing dreams.
The Honorable Kofi Idi Adams, Minister for Sports and Recreation, I don't envy your job. You have the monumental task of restoring Ghana to its pride of place in African and world sports. The shambles that is Ghana sports today is completely unacceptable for a country with our pedigree, and I expect that you inject transparency, professionalism, and modernity into the management of the sector. I expect that you will concentrate on building up all the sports disciplines, and I know the Ghana Football Association would be a good place to start.
Joy Sports Thought Leadership presents the 2025 First Quarter Thought Leadership event, bringing together industry giants and stakeholders to have a very critical conversation. This event is under the theme Resetting Ghana Sports, Governance, Infrastructure, Funding. Date Thursday, March 13, 2025. Time 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. And this will be live on the Joy News channel, which is on 421 on DSTV, and Joy Prime, which is on 281 on DSTV, as well as Joy 99.7 FM. Make a day as we together as a collective get deep technical insights into how to move government sport development agenda forward with practical, actionable projections. This first quarter thought leadership event is powered by Joy Sports, the thrill of the game.
Welcome back to the Midday News. We have sports, and in light of Women's Day tomorrow, we have here Sarah Mensah to present the sports news. Sarah, you look beautiful.
Hi, Maame. Thank you so much.
What's
Happy
in sports?
International Women's Day to you.
Thank you.
Okay, so the Ghana Premier League is set to resume this weekend after a brief pause following the tragic death of Nana Poli. The return will see Vision FC host Hearts of Lions in Tema. Ahead of the match, Vision FC coach Nana Kweku Ajiman has been speaking, expressing confidence in his team's readiness as they aim to make a strong return to action.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Now, Joy News checks have revealed that the volumes of the unlabeled paint imported and sold as American paints on the Ghanaian market are not certified and approved for use. There have been concerns that some of these household paints, which have long been banned in the US and Europe because of its health effects on children, are being offered to unsuspecting customers in Africa. Joy News investigative desk explores steps undertaken by regulatory bodies to protect the public.
Drive down through the business districts of Accra or Kumasi, and you are sure to be greeted with makeshift retail shops busily trading an array of bright-colored paints, whether on tabletops, secluded warehouses, or displayed haphazardly. It is what the people now want because they present a cheap but dangerous alternative to them. They call it American paints. What may have given rise to the craze for these paints is yet to be established, although anecdotal evidence will put it on the cost. The locally manufactured paints are slightly higher in price compared to these ones. The worrying concern, however, is that these paints are not certified by the Ghana Standards Authority. Professor Alex Dodu is the Chief Executive Officer of the authority. According to him, these supposed American paints are not regulated by the authority.
What is happening? We have paints, whether imported or mixed around the corner, but not certified by the Ghana Standards Authority and therefore not approved for use, being offered for sale under the brand American paints. And at the Standards Authority, we are aware of it. And we are aware that the name American paint is used because there is a presumption that anything American is of good quality. So the brand American is being used for these paints, and they are being patronized. In addition to they not being fit for purpose in all circumstances,
Well, from selling food on pavements to mastering the art of tiling, 33-year-old Doris Deku has defied the odds to excel in a male-dominated trade. Listen to her on International Women's Day.
I sell food in an estate. It's true there I saw a tiler. I look at how he was tiling and I thought I can do it. So I approached him, but he told me straight that tiling is not meant for female, so I shouldn't even venture. I met an NGO. They were training youth in construction. There, I wanted to choose styling, but because of what the guy told me, I chose interior decoration, thinking that is a field for female. So along the line, I saw that 95% of the youths found in under the project were all into interior decoration. So I told the leaders if I can change the course. So I changed the course from interior decoration to tiling.
Doris Deku. Now let's put the spotlight on some women in the Joy Newsroom.
I think we've made so much progress. Our first ever vice president is a woman. She shattered those ceilings for us. We've even achieved the level of, I would say, equality or even equity in education, which I think it's a very good thing that we've done.
I like to identify as a woman who is a horsepower that provides a lot more energy to younger women, even older women, who can draw from me.
Women are able to do a lot of things at a time. Let's say a mother is supposed to go to work every morning, but at the same time has to take care of the children, making sure that the man is okay, the children are okay. So we do a lot of things. I think women should be noticed this year.
Strength of a woman. And now let's go to the trends. Jackie, happy International Women's Day. What's trending?
Well, same to you. And International Women's Day is actually trending ahead of the main day tomorrow. A lot of women out there sharing their pictures, men wishing them on social media on top of the trends for today. And we're wishing everybody listening, every woman out there,
every woman out here, myself, you, Hannah Odami behind the console, Adobe Asari here inside the studio, and all the women out there who've been supporting us. We thank you so much. Those listening in to us as well, we are grateful for sticking with us throughout this time. And that's how we end the midday news on Joy 99.7 FM. I am Maame Esi Nyamekye Thompson. Up next is Living Word with Pastor Mensa.